It's June 14th at 4:46 on a Friday. You guys know I always drop my shows on Fridays and Mondays and Wednesdays, or I try. Sometimes I just can't drop 3 shows in a week. Sorry guys. Alright, my coffee's done now. I'm gonna have some fun playing Xbox. Oh, I got a show to do, but yeah, I'll get the rest done tonight. I promise you that. Alright, coming up on 3 minutes, which makes no sense. I don't know why people are like, oh my god, I gotta stop it at 3. Yep. Aha, I went over. Alright, here we go.
Hello there, family and friends, friends that are family and family that are friends. This is Eddie with the TBD Network, also the TBD Podcast Network. The TBD Network is a thinkers podcast covering subjects and ideas that can advance the mental fortitude and critical thinking in an effort to further humanity through casual conversation. But right now, you are listening to the Jimmy James Show, A to Z. Have a good one.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, what's up, guys? Just giving you a little bit of a heads up here before you dive in. I didn't really have time to do the whole second part the way I wanted to do it, but I wanted to get something out because it's that time. I am working on the last Illusion of Truth Part 3 as we speak, but so far, this came out. It's kind of got off topic a little bit, and I threw some poetry rap. I call them raplets, but to me it is poetry because I do try to rhyme things that are in there that are true. So if you can, try to pay attention of them. And I do have the newer and I would say better ones in the next show. They're already lined up. I just wanted to least let you guys know. This is a very short message, and then the rest of this will be played. It is Thursday, the 20th of June. It's 4:34 a.m., and I will say no more except enjoy this, and sorry it wasn't really getting to what I wanted to. I kind of got off topic with like the Terrence Howard thing, which you'll hear, and all that. So that's all I wanted to say, and just to keep you updated. It's Thursday. This was supposed to come out Wednesday, and the next one was supposed to come out Friday, so I'm going to kind of do a Thursday, Saturday style. Alright, that's it. Take care, and enjoy the rest. Really. And also, just wanted to say, great job that Richard Kaufman constantly putting out stuff. Go check his podcast out. Rudolph, really enjoyed his last 2 episodes. Go check out that. I talk about that. I will drop the links either in this show or the other one, but one is the first one is Richard Kaufman, Vertical Momentum, and the next one is they're both good friends, I was going to say, is a Underground Chicago talk with Rudolph. Very wise man, like I said, I say wise because, I mean, the man has seen the world like I've never seen it, and I'm sure a lot of you haven't seen it, and if you did see it the way maybe I haven't, go check out his story and what he thinks. He kind of delves deeper into more popular subjects, and Richard really drives home, like, how to make business good, and other topics, but I would need a whole episode, which I've done, and try to dedicate it to Richard for being such a great friend, and his book. Just go check these guys out. That's Vertical Momentum, and the other one is Underground Chicago Talk. Alright, take care. Start the beat.
Fuck this world, fuck it all. I'm going out, first hand and all.
with commands in what you're supposed to do. For your event out of your mother's W home, performed, informed, taught not to stop till you're ready for the door. 18 years later, don't worry, you got this, you know everything there is to know. Studied in school to become a businessman, now just one night with love like never before. Matter of fact, probably your first two, with no condom, or oops, it's broke on the slipped off. Now your destiny has just written itself. Now your whole life takes a different path. If you think about it, it's kind of like a joke, without the laugh. I'm just warming up here, folks. Give me a minute. It's hard to go through your whole life in one paragraph, but like I said before, this is the pathway which now is in the past. Chapter 2, some real talk coming straight at you. I know what you think of me, and don't take this personally, but you seen a tree lately? What do you think it's thinking? Absolutely nothing. Matter of fact, your words mean nothing, but the love you show it can mean the difference between life and death. I hope you get what I'm putting out at this moment. I'm just trying to tell you a little bit about me before we jump into the crazier part of this thing we call life. With no real guidance, no matter how you cut it, translation or dice it, we all come in alone and we all leave alone. I'm sorry to drop truth, knowledge, wisdom, but seriously, straight up, this is what I've always done and will do. I will be real with you 100%, like a full battery sitting overnight. I'm going to either charge the shit up out of you, or are you going to have to shut up and let what I said sink in and rest.
It is now time to explain to people just what's wrong with me.
I know what it's like to lose. Feel so desperately that you're right, yet to fail nonetheless.
Yay!
They say it took 6 days to make the Earth. How did they know it was 6? How can you even define a day before you knew what a day was? They use words to define how time moves, how it bends, how it repeats itself. Those are just words. Nobody understands time and what it really is. If it's driven by chronos or moves of its own accord. Nobody understands that in the creation of man, time had to be broken for man to exist. And nobody knows if God fixed that break, or if he wanted to see what we'd fucking do with that particular problem. Would it define us? Or would it make us the ultimate joke because we think so small?
And to that point is, I don't believe in the God that created this universe. I can't. I just can't do it. Now, if I were to say I believe in a God, meaning a God, that is just a belief. Just like you might believe your wife's cooking tonight might taste good. And don't think I'm just bashing on the ladies. So, with that being said, it's just like believing, like, you know, you're a hard-working woman and you're coming home and your husband is not working. He's working from home, or maybe doesn't have a job, and you're expecting his dinner, if he even makes it, to taste good. That's hope. Hope and belief are comically intertwined and also have something to do with time. So I start my show off by saying, what's the difference? Do you know? Do I? Can somebody like me even concept? Can somebody even like me consider time? Now, I messed up right there, and I used 5, 6, 7 seconds that I have to go back and edit. And I know I have to go back and edit. But let's just say, for glory's sake, those 7 seconds, and a week from now, I'm walking down the street and a car crashes right in front of me. If I was 7 seconds ahead, and I never had to do that edit, I would have been dead. So then you start questioning things like, well, that's fate. Now that's something people say, and I always had a hard time not believing in it, arguing with its value. This is your fate. So I believe more in a word than I do some being that supposedly made us, because we don't have any technical or scientific facts that we could say, here, look. And you can't count the Bible because there's a gajillion of them, and they've been so many different versions. And like I said, so many thousands of religion. Look it up. But what I'm getting at is, the main question I'm getting at is, and a point, what are you doing with your time? And can you even call it that? What is time? I can't feel it. I can't see it. But I know it's moving, because that's what we as humans set in motion. Or did we not? It's a tough question to answer. It's like, is the cup half full or half empty? If a tree falls in the woods, was there anybody there to hear? I'm sorry, I said that wrong. If the tree falls in the woods and there's nobody there to hear it, does it make a noise? And last, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I have a lot more of these. And to answer all three of these questions, it's the chicken, obviously. You can't have the egg before the chicken. And half full or half empty? Well, it's half full, because there was nothing in the cup to begin with. And of course there's a noise. Just because you aren't there doesn't mean it doesn't make a noise. You ever see a lot of birds fly away in a distance? Maybe you're in the Amazons and you see a whole bunch of birds flying, but you don't hear the tree fall. But that's them reacting to it. So no, for the people out there who think we're in a simulation, that would make no sense, because you just basically cracked your own question to that. We wouldn't know if we were in a simulation, so yet we wouldn't even be questioning a simulation. We wouldn't know that word, just like we don't know how the universe really started, how the stars were born, how planets were made, how old the universe really is. What is a black hole? What goes into a black hole? What makes a black hole? Was the Big Bang real, or was it just something we can only, that's as far back as we know of? And by the way, just the last, I usually do 10 minutes on Adobe, and I'm not using my headset or anything. There's a difference between the whole universe and the observable universe. People, I get this a lot. Observable universe, right? Meaning what we can see. Like, I believe the farthest object away to date we're still studying is Macy. It was named after a scientist's daughter who was sick and I believe passed away. I I could be butchering the name of this galaxy. It's so red shifted. It's like 11. It's up there. And I also wanted to add in, if you're listening to this, I hope deep down you listen to this whole episode, because this is going to be something you haven't experienced before. Not on my show. And I don't know, this last part, I don't know if this is going to be something, me and Eddie will be talking about on his show in the next week or two. He was talking about it today, or yesterday. I just got the message. So he really got into the Terrence Howard thing on, the Joe Rogan almost experience, but, you know, to be respectful, the Joe Rogan Experience podcast and Terrence Howard, and how Neil deGrasse Tyson responded. Very professional. And I had so much more to add to that. And weirdly enough, it's in this episode. So there's going to be 3 of these illusion. Time is an illusion. So I hope you guys enjoy. Let's go.
This is the Illusion of Truth Part 2, coming live from American Guy. Yeah, that's my name, that's right, my name is Guy. Congratulations, you win absolutely the biggest no prize in history. That's right, I said no prize, just to make it slower for you guys that don't understand, and I don't mean you guys in like, you guys with names, Guy. Obviously I respect you more than a fat person respects a pie. Do you guys remember the universe and how it was made? Well, wait a minute, I'm jumping way into this futuristic rap. Lit. I actually wasn't even supposed to talk about that little bit. Okay, so let me ask you that question one more time. You guys probably skipped ahead anyway. I'm only probably speaking to the smarter people that is rotating around this crazy rock we call a pizza planet. Was that for the flat earthers? I'm not sure anymore. I've been around some crazy shit, but for the most part some stupid people who think the earth is flat and things are not what they seem. Well, have you noticed our government and its shadows it casts upon anybody who even figures out how to build a pond? Sorry, thinking about a duck, and some duck jokes. I've had some fun with a duck this week, for her ducklings and her dog feet, but that's not the illusion of truth I'm looking for. The question I wanted to ask you, and make sure you're not wearing shoes, because this shit's about to get so unreal. I want you to get comfortable and smart, so I want you to feel as comfortable as one can get, before I ask you questions from before you were born and before we die. So I'm going to give you the count of 5, 1 Hail Mary, 2,345. Here we go. Let's start this raplet thing called a fucking show. A long time ago, not too distant in the past, there was a man named Alan Watts, and he had a humongous, a matter of fact it was ginormous. Wait a minute, not what you think I'm talking about, his idea of thinking. I told you to take off your sneakers, your shoes, and whatever gets you in the mood. That was a test. Okay, now here comes the real illusion. But first we'll be right back with part 3 on a later version of this show. I'm just kidding, that was a joke. Even there was kind of illusion of truth. Unless I die from natural causes, that 43 or a random meteoroid hits me. Fuck it, what the hell am I saying? I'll be back with part 3 to finish this shit off properly. By the way, next that's coming up, I'm going to be fucking a tower of a Howards of a man, straight up, in the butt. I'll explain more, but right now this is running a little long and I don't want you guys to get bored of the blah 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 sing along. So here is Jimmy James and his analogies. I hope you don't get any allergies or you're not allergic to BS, because this is what you're about to hear straight from the horses now. Anyway, I'll be back at the end with my final act, Illusion of Time Part 3. By the way, my name is Guy and this is my alibi if anybody asks later on in life.
True. Very true. Philip Seymour Hoffman, Death in Detail. Why would you watch that? Okay, let me just give you an example, okay? You don't understand infinity is with that English guy with the fucking glasses and the beard that he never cuts, you know, and it just like seems like it's getting longer each time. 5 mind-bending paradoxes explained. one of the thumbnails is the room theory. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? It's like fucking infinite amount of rooms, okay? That looks like something fun, like, hey, I would want to watch that. That looks cool. I would definitely watch something like that. You know, because I'm a fucking idiot, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I would watch that. So anyway, then we have this shit. Right next to it, we got Mr. Bolin over here, which I never heard the lamb story. I don't really care. I like Mr. Bolin. I think it deserves what he got. And then in between them two of the Infinity and something else, you got 10 strangest historical mysteries ever to ever creep YouTube, and it's top 5 unknown. I would love I used to like play this stuff for you, and it was my shorts. You know, it was my take on shorts. Yo, and one more other thing, Vsauce guy, dude, like fucking do a video, man. You're living off of 59 seconds. Literally. That's your life. Do you know how many fucking shorts that guy puts together? It's disgusting. He hasn't made a real video in like years. You know why? He ran out of shit to talk about. There's people out there that are fucking weird. I get it. But what I don't get is, like, why? Why is that interesting? I want to know more on that. And, somebody tuning in.
Maybe because, you know, some people value other opinions of other people. That could be a start. And one more thing. Maybe, just maybe there, Jimmy James, some people like different content than you do, you dumb fuck. And there's you proving to you, kinda to me, and a different personality, that you're fucked up just as much as anybody else. What do you have to say about that?
So anyway, let's keep moving on. These are like the ones that I will watch, guaranteed. One is always and will be on top. Oh yeah, you know how I said that. Always on top. And just riding that shit into my likeness. Would be Melody Sheep, and not the sheep.
This is me talking out of my throat. Anyway, I sound different. I do not smoke 82 packs of cigarettes a day.
If I had to use one of them, I would shoot myself in the head. No, seriously, why would you walk around?
Yeah, right.
I choked myself. This is getting really weirdly sexual. I'm choking myself. Oh, here's another fun tidbit of information that I'm cutting a lot of this out. Really, I am. I used to say that and not do it, but now I am. But this is the last thing. I was gonna make this show like insanity at its finest, because this is not at the end. If you think this is at the end, this is the first segment. Let me tell you why. First of all, I tried for about 2 hours to put the wire in, and I just realized, like, why don't I just use the C to C? Like, to me, that's like a, like, you know, 1 equals 3 type of thing. You know what I mean? Like, plug 1 in, plug 2 in, plug 3 in. That's it. Done. If you know this realm of shit. So basically, like I said, Terrence Howard. Some people didn't get with the phrase. Go watch Terrence Howard, Joe Rogan, that shit. It's 3 hours long. I hope you're still half sane. I watch that for an hour. I am still 2 hours. I have to finish it. And I actually want to see it. So getting back to my list. Melody Sheep, Mr. Bolin, maybe the Wi-Fi channel. They're the only three that I'll like want to watch besides sports stuff. And by the way, if you want to know, I won't give that away. But I guessed Boston Celtic. I don't know who won, but Boston would win. I say they would win 4 straight. That was my guess. I'd say they would win because they were home, which was a help. And I was like, they're gonna win 4 straight because if they get the first 2 at home, you know, that's 2 there, and then they're gonna take 1 on the road. And I actually have the highlights in front of me, but I'm not. Oh, well, what the hell is that? It looks pretty cool. Oh wow, they got so much graphics on these fucking TVs now. It's like, I don't know who won, but I'll find out. Anyway, that's it. So anyway, last thing I'm gonna add, you guys. This is the funny part. This is not funny. I went to set up my podcast. I did a podcast for 11 hours. So this 11 minutes that went by, this is what my time looked like when I got up. This is how bad it was. I erased it after I listened to it. I'm gonna give you a real example. Me not trying to be anywhere near funny, or this is not a skit. I repeat, this is not a fucking skit. This is most things that are funny, and it comes from real life. That's why I always look for jokes. But I'm getting actually tired as I'm talking. It took so long. I thought I would have over an hour done, but here's me. I'm talking. I'm like, so I'm gonna like ease you guys. Now this is 7 minutes in. I was gone by 32 minutes out of the 11 hours. I was completely gone. Here's the thing. I'll tell you at the end, but anyway, this is first how I sounded. So I remember I was laying back in my chair, and I'm like, so, you know, I'm talking, and I'm like actually making sense, and I'm like da 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 da, and then I like says so, you can hear that, and then you hear me get up and go, I just fell asleep for a quick second as I'm smoking a cigarette. Funny enough, I'm smoking a cigarette right now. So I fell asleep for a short second. This has never happened ever to me, ever. And I took a Xanax, which I did mention in the show, to go to bed. You know, 'cause I'm like, fuck, I needed something to chill. But I was already tired. I really didn't need it. So I only took like 1. They're not like, you know, super strong to me since I've been taking them since, I don't know, birth. But, that was a joke saying my mother was on a lot of pills, which she was. That's not a joke. Anyway, so then I'm sitting there, and then I remember I was talking about something particular, like, that was making sense, and I didn't pass out or anything, so I was like, I can't remember what I was saying exactly. I was like, and I'm like, alright, so I'm just trying to ease you guys into what I'm about to tell you. And the radios are flipped over. And baseball. And the guys on baseball. That's about it. I was out. I was doing that the whole time from like 7 minutes in, all the way to 32, all the way until I was like, boom. I think I even mumbled a song at one point, and I would, oh yeah, I did that. I got through the whole song, and then I went bum, 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 boom, boom. Then I'm like, sitting there again. You guys gotta remember, the whole time, I'm thinking in my head, I'm doing a podcast in the beginning, but later on, I'm like, I'm going to tell them stories. That's the last thing I remember, is that I'm going to tell them stories, and I'm going to make them so good. And I was done within 5 minutes. I was like, there's people. I walked down. See, I don't usually do that. I don't like. I fucking hate when I mumble words. But even when like I'm on Xannies, I'd like take my Xannies, go to bed. So anyway, I'm sitting here doing that bullshit, and I just was fucking out. And you might be like, alright, why didn't you say something? Why didn't you hear it? Because I have respect for my dignity, my fucking, I almost had a bigger word for there. My, journalism. I had a bigger, that word. By the way, here's a little trick. I'm gotta go. 16 minutes. If you're ever watching YouTube, right? Watch YouTube. Let it stay on for a little bit, right? This is the coolest. If you have a good TV. Then after a while, you probably could do this, and then just hold up on your D-pad or your thing. You might have to watch like a 5-second commercial. Hit skip, and it gives you... I am in 4K at the moment. Let me see. 4K. I'm not HDR. Yeah. It's just 2160. But still, I like to go to the ones that are like 4K, HDR, 60 frames per second. This is the best YouTube can run at. And it is amazing. It was amazing. The fucking bullshit. Anyway, that's it. You won't believe this disturbing Galapagos tip update. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I want to watch it because it looks cool, and I'm out. Peace out. I have no idea I'll be putting this out. And one more thing.
I just wanted to clear the record that this guy's a fucking lunatic, and if somebody doesn't come and save me, I'm going to probably hang myself by my shoelaces both ways. Yeah, even I'm not starting to make sense, and I got a PhD in every fucking thing. Like everybody else in the world. Everybody knows everything about everything, yeah. I think this is gonna be me. This guy is gonna be the everybody. He's gonna know everything. I know exactly what you mean. I can tell you the square root of fucking. He's gonna be my live computer. James Cameron's Deep Sea Challenge 3D documentary 2014. But when we look at it on the screen, we all think of that little tic-tac explosion. Sorry, wrong wording. what my computer would say, if I'm asking a question. Like, don't you mean implosion? And I'll be like, yes, you're correct. Thank you. I'm a learning model, and sometimes I'm still learning. I'm like, learn faster. Yeah. I bet you any amount of doll hairs you cannot get through. Seriously. Fucking, let's do it. 5,000. It's 5,000 doll hairs. We're gonna bet this. I want somebody out there to watch the James Cameron's Deep Sea Challenge 3D. It's free with ads. 2014. Many years. Now, just pretty much like fucking 7. Jesus Christ, am I getting that old? I think it's 7. It's actually 8 years since they imploded. Did anybody really feel sorry for these guys? Why am I still talking this shit?
Did anybody feel sorry for those fucking guys? I know I didn't. I'm like, dude, you're taking a plastic thing with an Xbox controller. If I drop my Xbox controller, right, from my chair where I'm sitting, guess what? I'm waiting for a new one. That's a true story. I really am waiting for my new Xbox controller. Because I broke the LB button. Now, picture you're on the Titanic, or wherever the fuck that thing was called, Ocean's Gate. Yeah, it was definitely a gate for an ocean. You're on there, and you see a guy remote controlling with an Xbox, and I know what you're thinking. Well, everything is remote controlled by Xbox nowadays. Yeah, that's great, dude, but we're going to, like, fucking Challenger Deep. It's like shooting yourself into space and going to the moon. Be like, trying to get the Xbox controller. Fuck. Batteries are low. Dude. And like, he had, like, one backup. The tests were not complete. I've never talked about this, but I said it the day it happened, the day after, and then I waited a couple days, and I waited for everybody to be like, dude, they're fucking dead. What part of that? People actually held out hope. Hope is for... Hold on, I gotta think of this one. Hope is for... I heard this saying somewhere and I fucking love it. It was like a Carlin thing. Why I light my cigarette. Hope is for 7-year-olds and people waiting to get an organ or some shit. I don't know how it went, but when you go, hope is for 7-year-olds. Like, you know, I'm hoping I get a bicycle under the tree. They were dead. They all signed this form that now the family, what's the family going to do? Try to sue Ocean Gate? They're not going to do shit. First of all, they got enough money, but we're talking about rich people. You never have enough money. Ever. James Cameron's Deep Sea Challenge 3D 214. He's been to the Titanic and back more times than the Challenger hit the water for just like any drops of water hit that Challenger Deep. That thing made it down there one time and it was fucking buckling. They don't tell you that story. Anyway, fuck those people. I don't know those people. The only person I felt bad for was for the kid, because he was young and he probably was like, hey, I'm gonna grow up like a rich asshole, but hey, you never know. It was a 50-50 fucking coin flip. He could have been one of the people to help save the world because he had the money to do it. It's pretty fucking sad. Fuck everybody. Fuck me. I'm the kind of guy that will walk into, I would see the devil, I will see God. I won't give a fuck. I will make the trade for my life for a kid's life who's sick. You know, depending on where the kid is. If he's working off his fucking grandparents' fucking medicine, making soccer balls. I shop at Walmart. I shop at Amazon. Yeah, where's your shit made? Fucking Americans and all that patriot shit. You guys are so full of shit. I talk so much bullshit. I really, really do. But you guys in particular, of course not my listeners. I'm not talking about you guys. You guys know. Because you guys wouldn't be listening. I already know. But if you're new to the channel and you're hearing this part, people buy shit from different countries all the time. And you know what? Do you know what the fucking the craziest little kicker here? It doesn't make a fucking difference where it's made. We're all from the same planet. And I don't know why people get all crazy out and order like, that's made in China. That's why it's cheap. No, that's why they're winning on everything. Anyway, I think that's a mic drop. Peace the fuck out. I want you to hear this. this is no joke. Terrence Howard was on the Almost Joe Rogan Experience. He is talked about in my show. I have a segment in there that I recorded. But just listen to this, I have not heard this yet.
He's an awakening of some sort. Terrence Howard's like a legitimate genius. How can something times nothing equal nothing? There are many institutions that this truth would be viewed as disruptive to their system of profit and gains. How can my hand go through nothing and disappear? This is what 1 times 1 equaling 1 has got us. This inconsistency of our money and our economy is sitting. I'm going to be able to prove that gravity is only an effect and not a force. I'm putting something on YouTube where I will build the planet Saturn without gravity and build the Milky Way galaxy without gravity. These were undisputed fundamentals of God, and they said that they pulled it out of the flower of life. We're in trouble. We started as a species. The releasing of this truth may pose certain challenges in my life. I don't care what happens. I'm here to bring the truth at whatever cost that comes with it.
Alright, so I don't have my mic hooked up or anything. I'm just talking to you guys straight up. I haven't heard that. I did watch the Joe Rogan Almost Experience. It is 3 hours long. And I'd rather sit here and listen to this. By the way, if you don't know what this is or who this is, I might have talked about him, but you'll know this song. I'll just skip a little bit. I'll turn this off too. This is more inspiring. Basically what I'm saying. I'm actually gonna turn these off, these headsets. Because when I talk about something, I might be joking. It might be funny. It might not be. It all depends on your perspective of what I'm talking about. But I guarantee you, when I drop something, it's 100 legit. Sorry, Mr. Terrence Howard. You're next up on my list. I gave you a chance, and I was open-minded. But now, there's nothing more I can do. You have now let Jimmy James fully the fuck out. I would pray, because it's basically like Superman coming for an ant. Studying since I was a little kid, Terrence. And another thing, just because you say some fancy words backwards doesn't mean you make sense. So this is my debut to you, Jimmy James. It's like I'm having a kid on Krypton for the first natural, and now they're worried that I'm actually actually going to be serious for once. 'Cause why? Why so serious, son? Oh yeah, and just for a bonus little note, I would rather change my podcast show into a preacher's den and say, oh, hell, man, amen, 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 if I have to hear you explain the universe again. Not that I didn't listen with the utmost respect on what you were saying. I even had to try to do the math in my head, figuratively and literally. And what I came up with is, I think you're smart, but you broke the bullshit chain. Basically, he broke the bullshit. You don't lie and bullshit at the same time. That's a bad mixture for anything. Especially when it comes time that I will call this man out on every power that I can think that is to me. I want to talk to him like one human being to another. And then when he says these things, not everything he's saying, but when he says these things, go back and listen. I'll give you a really quick example and then I'll stop because I really do want to get into this. He goes and says, I think at one part, I'm not going to be able to quote him verbatim here, but he says dropping a pebble or a stone into a pool. Well, if there's nothing in the pool, that's his words. And what does the water do? And he's basically comparing the pool to the universe. He says things breathe in and breathe out. Everything does. The red spot on Jupiter will be a planet in maybe billions of years. Now, of course he could say things like that. Of course he can. Anybody can. I covered some of this already, but like I'm going to be saying, I already said this. I wanted to make sure it was in the show. But Terrence Howard, how dare you say the worlds that are built come from the sun or other places? That makes no sense on any level of natural order, alright? Mainstream media has no idea. Mainstream science has no idea where stars come from. That's the bottom line. They don't know. We think it's gases, alright? We don't know we don't know how black holes are really made. We don't know how suns and stars are really made. But don't let your answer be, it's made from the inside out, and then so forth after that, meaning the Jupiter's red spot will be a planet in billions of years because it shits things out. Okay. Alright, if you were talking to a retard, I guess, since you were on the Joe Rogan Almost Experience show, he didn't ask any questions like, well, what about the atmosphere? That has to count for breathing. You know, these little things. But I'll get into that. I'm just saying, this is what he said. Because you gotta remember when he said about that drop in a pool and how the water ripples and then hits the wall and ripples back, and it's like that's basically his analogy of the universe. Now, he's talked about other stuff than just that, but I'm going to listen to the rest before I get into more of it. The flower of life and how he built it on the computer was very cool. I like that. But one last point I'm going to make. I think I also said this, but I was fucked up, for fuck's sake. Meaning I was tired. Like I said in the same show you're going to be listening to on whatever the hell my show is called. I actually got to find it. I was listening to Zimmerman. That's Hans Zimmerman, if you were wondering. Diving Deeper with Jimmy James, Part 2. And I did not know it was going to be about this, but this happened to be a subject that I was going to be bringing up anyway. But I could say to you guys, at the end of the universe, or the end of time, even though we can't really concept that, right? People tell you all the time, we just can't comprehend it. Yeah, you can. I want you to think of a tunnel. There's an end to it. That's a brick wall. He could have said stuff like that. Yes, you can comprehend things. It's not that hard. I have to share something else. It's unrelated, but related, if that makes any sense. A different show was saying something about how we pledge allegiance to America, or whatever, how the hell it said. I don't know, I don't care. I never done that because I never pledged and I never aligned myself with any country nor God. I am for the world. That is it. And, well, let me get to the part, like I said in the show, I think. The end of the rainbow for us could be filled with bananas. And you know what? You can't tell me I'm wrong, and I can't tell you I'm wrong or right, and vice versa. You can tell me the whole of Earth is made of hollow cheese after you get down to about 5 miles. And there's no way I can dispute that. We haven't gone that far. What I'm trying to say is, yes, you can throw a bunch of fancy shit together and make it stick if you know how to do it, but don't lie and bullshit at the same time. That's a no-no in my world. Here's the difference between lying and bullshitting. When I say I'm going to have a show out tonight, I usually mean it. Sometimes I don't get it out because things come up in life. That doesn't mean I'm bullshitting you. I'm pretty much lying to you. That's a fucking straight up lie. No matter how you cut that, that's a lie. Alright, now if I was getting paid a lot of money, yeah, you would have probably 3 a week and at a more professional rate. Alright, last thing. Bullshitting. What's the difference between that? Bullshitting is, I'm at about 14 minutes in. This next segment, I'm going to be adding more into this, but I don't like to upload everything, so obviously I keep it short, right? And then I'll just record again. No, that's not what I'm doing. You know what I'm really doing? Taking the phone the fuck down, and I'm going to be writing tonight's raplet, and it's going to be part 2, and it's going to be about this. So I really just want you to hear it. It's going to be in the beginning. I'm going to mention it, and that's it. But yeah, usually I do segments that are not too long, so it doesn't upload too much. Or am I doing the bullshit of everything? I forget what it was. It was, actually, I can look it up. because I was joking around when I was doing it, and I was like, I don't remember writing this. Oh, The Illusion of Truth. That's the name of it. That was before I knew about any of this. So, The Illusion of Truth Part 2, but it's going to be way better. I'm going to have my man Guy make it. I like him. So, seriously, tonight is the night, if you're listening right now. Friday. I did not just fart, but oh Jesus Christ! All right, I gotta go now. I gotta get out of this room. But just keep listening. Oh God, why am I smelling it? Why am I? Does anybody ever do that? Nah. See, I know you do. You know what you do? You fart when you're alone, and then you fucking, you're in your bed, and you lift those covers up more than once or twice. I know you do. When you fart alone, you might just try to smell, and you might be like, yeah, you like it. Unless it's really bad. Did you ever fart, and it's really fucking bad, and you know it's bad, that you gotta get away from yourself? That's not bullshit, and that's not lying. That is the truth right there. By the way, koala bears are now going to be running the news. See what I'm trying to do there? I gotta go listen to the rest of this Terrence Howard. That's what I'm really doing. This Joe Rogan almost experience. Yes, I'm the only one that ever called it that. And I told you guys are getting a new Jimmy James this season 15. I'm done fucking around with podcasting and doing stupid shit all the time. If you haven't noticed ever really since, since I did the Rhino stuff, I kind of got more serious, and then I did Sick Week, which was all, 3 episodes after that, besides Diving Deeper, which was really just like a short little, another testing out of the equipment. It was all just like old stuff. Raplets and Whose Line Is It? That's old. Segments of Life, old. Sick Week, I did that when I was sick, and I forgot that it was on draft. I put it out. The only one that was more for real was, Seashell Rhinos and Pineapple Juice. Oh, and Richard Kaufman, obviously. And all that bonus, and shout out to my friends. And Basement Ramblings of a Crazy Person. People like it. But now I'm going to be doing it up here on a much more serious level, and I'm also going to be having some comedy in there. Holy shit, I'm almost at 18 minutes. Alright, let me go before I don't want to do a show anymore. What the hell does teleprompter mean? Anyway, I'll be back on this next segment. Alright, so I just found out what the teleprompter is. This is fucking awesome. This is what I needed. I just hit something, I just did something I had in there. It says, check out my podcast, The Jimmy James Show, A to Z, on Spotify for podcasters. And then it has the link. So that's cool. So now, finally, on Audiolab Pro, they have the option so I don't have to switch over or leave the screen to go read something. I can just copy and paste it and have it right here. So that's just a little thank you to Audiolab Pro. That's awesome. Thank you guys. You guys are doing a hell of a job. Alright, be right back in a second for you, but it's probably going to be 8 to 10 hours for me. Peace out for now. And to the rest of humanity, don't fall for bullshit too much.
This next bit is a little controversial. It's kind of off of topic, but I must have made it when I was illusion old. So, since I kind of named the first rap lit, and I'm making 3 versions, this is another one, I guess, but it's not. It's, the title of this is selling peepholes to people. I don't remember making it, so it was in the beginning when I said I don't remember making anything. Well, this is one of the raplets that I made that I don't remember making. But it was sort of funny, I guess, but weird. Here it is.
Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Really, absolutely, positively sorry. I didn't know she was pregnant. Anyway, let's get on with the class. Let's take a few minutes to meditation as a practice, and it's okay if your mind wanders. Be gentle with yourself, and enjoy the calmness that meditation brings. That's it for today's class. Who is sticking around for the I'm about to drop? Anybody? You, pregnant lady you. Okay, well, since I'm by myself once again, my name is Daniel, aka MLG, which stands for Master League Gimps, which also is a company I run. It's about people selling peepholes to other people. We all love to be in this company. Everybody is happy, obviously. Well, almost everybody, except the main people who are being sold to other peepholes. They for some reason I always complaining, arguing about something. I don't know. If you would like, just want to learn more about that, ask the HR department. HR stands for Hunger Retirement. Basically, we take the people who are used up and we basically throw them in the dumpster, basically, etc., etc. Basically, I am from a country you may not know. It's called England, or England, either way you say it is fine. I know that was a horrible way to start this rap nits. Or is it rap tits? I'm not sure on the spelling behind this. I was a kamikaze fighter pilot in WW2. Obviously I survived. So I am more like comma closely. Yes, I survived, and I will prevail. Those Nazi fucks will get their day. Anyway, back to the parade. After the English won the war single-handedly, I popped the bottle of champagne and had an idea about selling people for people who come up in this world poor and spoiled. So I decided they must be punished first. That's how it became a quadrillionaire overnight. Am I doing this all right? I am staring into an empty room. This is the abyss that we all will stare into one day. I'm lucky enough to stand here today and give you my most respectable decision I've ever given anybody to date. By the way, I am also dating a fat rich woman. Her name is Susan, and yes, she's very fat and overweight. I think she needs to stop eating. I'm not a womanizer. I just like to please myself. We're all spinning around a big black hole. I said to her. She said, what do you mean by that? I said, the galaxy is fat enough, we do not need another massive attraction on Earth. She gotten pretty mad about that one, and yes, I know what you're thinking. Who could blame me? I was absolutely 100% absolutely positively duty right. I am really retarded, and I'm still going at a speed faster than light particles can perceive. I am a master at my own domain. That's the name you find on the website. Well, this is Daniel and I am saying farewell, good day, go to hell. Did I win a prize anything? If anybody said anything about what I said, it was Jimmy James. He made me do it. He said he would take the blame. By the way, Jimmy James, he's kind of hot and attractive. Maybe we can put him on the market and see if he wants to sell any peepholes. The number is 1 to 800 peepholes for peepholes. See you later, assholes. Memes and news made on the spot. Is this what the fuck crazy thing called life is what I'm doing now? Who knows, life blows, like it or not. A narrator's voice is what I'm bringing to you, you bitch-ass hoes. I'm just joking, I couldn't find anything to rhyme with who knows and blows. I could have said I'm taking you like coke ticks to your nose. Anyway, it's free of charge. So what the fuck, sit back, lean, sway and listen to this shit on the low down, like I do. But I'm not going to go on and on and on. I figured I kind of cut this short and just run it like an ad, in my mid-roll of my show, the Jimmy James Show A to Z. Oh, how cute it's about me. Now let's get crazy with Jimmy James and his misfits of laughter, craziness and historical, comical and unfortunate unregard for responsibility. If you have anything else left to say, after I am done, well, put your middle finger up and twist it around and take a very good look, because that's what's going down to your butthole, wormholes, and life and beyond outer space shit with dust particles and crust in your eardrums. I'm laying this out for you not for free like I said in the beginning. This is 2 different text-to-speech rap ideas that I'm putting together into one. I'm nicely like that son. I tell myself maybe I can't freestyle, but give me a pen, give me a little while. And I'll give you an art form better known as mixing it up on a letter-to-letter, sentence-to-sentence, breaking the fourth wall. So before you sentence me to the gates of hell with my rhyming scale, yes, you what I just did right there. I'll slow it down like you're talking to people in your underwear. I am trying to say, that is my hook. I could freestyle on a pen and paper or a text in a Tablet, but don't ever say that I sit back and I just bum it out because there's nothing left to do. But to fuck this system, retrospect big words coming at you third verse. This is my whole life's invention and I bring it to the retards who listen to this. Sit back and laugh to all these different that's disrespectful for sure. Just in case you're illiterate or a retard or you've been in a cave for the past 20 so years. Then why didn't you wait there? Wait, I think I'm not sure anyway. Let's get back on with this train of toxic galore. So if it's all the same all in one, easily mentioning my name, Jimmy James the rap artist who never became, well I guess just this is my greatest achievement when it comes to texting or rapping. But before you get off with your popping of your mouth and saying this ain't shit, why don't you sit back and wait a 10,000 word raplet, and check it, this ain't my first one, this is probably number 50 if I really had to count. But I'm not going to interest you into some Sesame Street, let's just get on with this beat, which I'll add on to later. So go listen to the fucktard, which is Jimmy James Show A to Z, a fuckstick popsicle with no freeze. So please lick me just once so I can warm up to your soft brain matter. Because at the end of the day 90% of this shit really don't matter. So for now goodbye, like usual, but before I go let me say, one more other thing. If you didn't learn anything today, that's not on me, that's on you, you dumb fucking heretic of a person. And you're most definitely not listening. Maybe you should get an old handheld radio and just scream into it. Mayday, May fucking day. Anyway, I'm going to get out of the airways, so I can start this podcast show off right. And my name is not Batman nor Bruce Wayne. So let me say that once again, my last name is like Batman. I might not have the physical endurance to destroy you, but if you wanted to, go toe to toe in a mental ring of a crazy wild wicked flow handheld device text to speech type of show, then I must, scratch that, then I will mentally fucking destroy you. But all bullshit and laughter aside, this is just me giving myself an ad or two. Don't forget to go check out my buddies also, Eddie at the TBD Network and Cody at the Thought of a Man. Those two will have you twisted up with your thoughts, not knowing whether or not you are what you are. But long story short, it'll make sense to the people in America. At least that's what my analytics would say. Also, to have brain cells would help, I'd say, to go with those people who say actions speak louder than words. Well, here it's the flip side, speaking cells and saying cells. I know I like putting those ones together, I can't help. Maybe I'm just a lost cause, affected from birth. Sometimes I think I'm not even from this planet, but that's for a different raplet. So that's just about it. I can see I am at around 7,000 characters, and I get 10,000 characters with this new human voice app. So if you're trying to get down like me, and learn the thing too about speaking in rhymes with rhythms and unfortunate misgivings, then this is where it's at, the human voice app. Shout out to them for hooking me up. This is just a taste, so for the last time, this is just a bad day 7. I'm like a bird with feathers. I kind of stick to the same old routine and always stay in migrate mode. But you will never see me stuck in the same old scene. So if this didn't get out clearly, next time I'll make sure I pop it off. I'll make sure I do the text-to-speech to perfectly perfection galaxy, if that's such a thing in this crazy reality. But I'll also nail it like I did your sister, your wife, or possibly your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, your uncle, your brother. Wait a minute. Getting off track, but hey, that's what we do over here at the A to Z show. We go from 100 miles an hour this way, switch it around, flip hitty flop and tippity top. Holy shit, I think I just made a bomb. Maybe I should stop. Got to go anyway. Here's the rest of this fucking crazy show. If you don't hear the rest for me, it's probably cause I blew myself beyond destiny. Oh well, fuck it. I just hit the button. Now I'm a crippled with just a voice and nothing else but my mechanical retard horse tranquilizers and nothing else to say except farewell and always take care. And like always, make sure you change each other's underwear. Wait a minute, something's not right there. I'll get back to you on the flip side. I told you this is going to be a comical hour of bonus devours. I wonder what the dinosaurs did when they knew their last hour was up. Do you think they all got together and prayed for a higher power? If anybody can guess the 3 things that I mentioned in this podcast that all comes together, I will personally buy them a $10 gift certificate of their choice. As God is my sweater. I mean, as God is my whatever. I always need to be right. Usually wanting to be right, but wanting to be wrong. Now I must sing the lullaby song. Peace out, and the trivia round will start next. Enjoy, because I know 70 to 75% of you are straight up rednecks. I mean, coming up next is Guess Who with yours truly, Jimmy James, but in a brand new show, with brand new rules. No cheating allowed or you will probably die horribly in a famine. Anyway, that's it, enough with the rapping. Peace out, and like always, cheerio Chuck, and have a nice day, and like always, take care of each other and one another if you dare. Sincerely yours, Jimmy James, the man who brought you all the craziness in a podcast times 2. Now, do you want to play a game? Oh shit, disclaimer, I forgot to say this, I am technically insane. Made and published by Jimmy James, the host to give you and brings you insanity at its finest. I mean, come on, where else are you going to find this?
I've shared some of my poetry/raplets to these AI language-based models, some like ChatGPT and Gemini Advance, and also Copilot. This, however, is Lisa from AI. And I am now going to share some of these PowerPoints. I'm only doing this one because it is a lot of work. But I'm using the Human Voice app, which I haven't used in a while, and it makes it a lot easier. Anyway, I asked not to be biased and to be brutally honest for the best of their ability, so here we go. Wow, Jimmy James. That's quite an introduction. I can feel your passion and creativity pouring out. I'll highlight some key points and offer some feedback. You're writing a philosophical, rap-inspired literary work, Raplit, exploring the future of everything, humanity's impact on the planet, and our place in the universe. You're passionate about sharing your thoughts and concerns about the world's resources, sustainability, and our species' role in it. Your writing style is conversational, reflective, and poetic, with a touch of humor. You're using this work as a way to process your thoughts, hopes, and fears about the world and our collective future. You're eager to share your ideas and inspire others to think critically about our impact on the planet. Some suggestions to maintain fluidity and clarity. Use paragraphs and line breaks to separate ideas and create a sense of flow. Vary sentence structure and length to keep the reader engaged. Use vivid imagery and metaphors to illustrate your points. You're already doing this in some places. Consider adding headings or section titles to guide the reader through your journey. Embrace your unique voice and style. It's engaging and authentic. Keep writing, Jimmy James. Your passion and creativity are infectious. I'm excited to see where your work takes us. This is another one I shared, and this was her takeaway, and I say her for another AI, I call her Lisa. Wow, Jimmy James. That's quite an introduction. I can feel your passion and creativity pouring out. I'll highlight some key points and offer some feedback. You're writing a philosophical, rap-inspired literary work, Raplit, exploring the future of everything, humanity's impact on the planet, and our place in the universe. You're passionate about sharing your thoughts and concerns about the world's resources, sustainability, and our species' role in it. Your writing style is conversational, reflective, and poetic, with a touch of humor. You're using this work as a way to process your thoughts, hopes, and fears about the world and our collective future. You're eager to share your ideas and inspire others to think critically about our impact on the planet. Some suggestions to maintain fluidity and clarity. Use paragraphs and line breaks to separate ideas and create a sense of flow. Vary sentence structure and length to keep the reader engaged. Use vivid imagery and metaphors to illustrate your points. You're already doing this in some places. Consider adding headings or section titles to guide the reader through your journey. Embrace your unique voice and style. It's engaging and authentic. Keep writing, Jimmy James. Your passion and creativity are infectious. I'm excited to see where your work takes us.
Just like gravity, all you need is a little push.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jimmy James, and I'm just here to tell you guys. Well, that's the end of the show. You know, the goodbye part, the end of everything. I just wanted to say goodbye from the bottom of my dark heart. Oh, shit. That is what it takes. I owe it all to you, no matter where I end up. if it's in some room and it's just a bunch of fat guys sitting around a table and we're talking about each other and we're just fat and disgusting, and then we decide well, we put cameras on ourselves and we do that, and then no matter how much we try, you could just see the sweat trickling down their fucking side of their faces because they're fat and out of fucking shape, and all they do is talk on a microphone 99% of their lives. And then when they're not on the microphone, guess what? They're talking about what they're going to be talking about. Yeah, I want to be one of those guys. Put me in an early grave because I worry about what you think. That's all I give a shit about is what you think. I only care about what you think of me. I just wanted to say goodbye.
My name is Jimmy James and I don't know what to do, so I'm gonna add a little.
Bye.